Hi guys, I'm Rylan Clark, and allegedly, I'm great company.
By the way, giving you an intro, so we just get straight in.
Oh,
There's no intro.
I haven't got to hear this, have I?
Yeah, you haven't got to hear it. And also, I slagged you off. The whole intro is me just like...
You're not here to fuck this podcast up. This will be your last one, you prick.
The whole intro is me just slagging you off and then just being really nice to your face when you're here.
You're Twitter? Nice to meet you.
There's that scene which is so iconic, is when we actually watched it before you came in.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Which is honestly just so... And honestly, it's like if you think about sort of British television, it's up there. The moment...
Yeah, it's definitely...
It's so great. The moment when Nicole Scherzinger tells you that you're going through.
Yeah.
And, if you don't know it, it's the moment she tees it up as if she's going to let you down and then says you're through and you start crying.
There is a story to this, though.
I know, I want to hear it.
So we were in Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
Dubes, as we called it back then. And for your Essex listeners. It was, when I say 50 degrees, it was 50 degrees.
Yeah.
So we fly to Dubai, we get there. As I get off the plane, the producer reads me the riot act and goes, "Don't be gay." I'm like, all right. And I was like, why? It's like, you'll get killed, you'll get arrested. I'm like, happy judges' houses. Could have gone to fucking Benidorm, but whatever.
Don't be gay.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we get put in, I think it was called the Jumeirah Seville Soiree, from what I remember. It was like a 7-star. It was brand new. We were like literally one of the first people to go and use it.
This is also peak X Factor.
Oh, peak.
This is
like,
peak.
We're talking like 12 million viewers. Like,
Huge.
It was crazy. Like week after week, people are following us. So the night I flew to judges' houses, we was at Heathrow. We were about to get on the plane.
Yeah.
And my phone just went bang, 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 and then fizzled and overheated and turned off. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And the producer grabbed my phone and went, "Your audition's just gone out." I went, "What?" She was like, "You're on the show tonight. We didn't want to tell you. Your audition's literally on air now." And I've gone, what? And then I was pushed onto the plane, door shut, gone. I've got no idea now. They kept my phone for the whole of judges' houses. So I flew to judges' houses, got there, and I'm like, fuck, my audition's gone out. Like, what do people think? Like, what are people saying? I had no idea.
Because you don't have anything?
No, because in real time, I'm at judges' houses with no phone.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, they take all your stuff off you because they want you to just be in the moment.
And you're so in the moment because it's so present at that time.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do. So, like, for argument's sake, James, who I was with, James Arthur, his audition had gone out 2 weeks before mine. Jermaine's had gone out the week before mine. So we're all there. They know what their reaction is. I don't. I literally am put on the plane as it's playing out and the door sealed. So I'm fucked. I can't get nothing, right? So we're in Dubai, waiting for Nicole. She comes round on a boat, like giving it, and I'm like, oh, it's Nicole. We all knew. We knew it was fucking Nicole because we all had a WhatsApp group. We were the last ones to go. And I've got like Carolyn and like Kai going, we've got Gary and we're in like fucking Norwich. And then like the Union J boys like, we're in Vegas with Louis. So I'm like, right, we've got Nicole.
Where are we going?
And we know we're going to Dubai. Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Because you have to do, where are we? What?
You have to go, open the envelope. It's Dubai. Oh my God. And then Nicole comes around on the boat and we've got to go, oh my God, it's Nicole. Oh, I'm so shocked. You're so shocked. And we also knew, because we overheard the production talking about on the plane, that the guest star was Neo. So then Neo comes off the boat and we're like, oh my God, it's Neo. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, so we're there.
Neo as well.
Actual Neo, like just for a laugh. So yeah, we do all that. Anyway, so you go into rehearsals and stuff like that. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking, look, I'm pretty certain this is where my journey ends on X Factor. So I'm just going to enjoy it. And God bless Caroline Flack, like one of my good mates. I love her to bits. She was obviously doing Extra Factor at the time. And the day of the performances, we all go and perform one by one for Nicole and Neo. And I performed and she was like, how are you, my baby? And I was like, oh, I don't know, Nick. Like, you know, me like fucking boiling. Anyway, once I've done the performance, I thought, that's it. I'm done now. And I know I'm going to be going home. Like, great. Like, I've had a good time. So that night we went back to my villa. So there was me, James, weirdly enough, me, James and Jermaine in one villa.
Yeah.
And Adam, Nathan and Jake, now Jake Quickenden were in another villa. So he was actually part of my X Factor year as well. And in the royal villas, you had your own pool, you had the beach right out the front, your own butler. It was beautiful. You asked for a vodka and Coke, and the butler would bring you a bottle of Absolute and a bottle of Coke. Like, it was massive. And we're like, just bring us the straw. So we're sort of thinking, fuck it, let's let our hair down. Like, we've got the results tomorrow at midday.
Yeah.
We've got to be, we ain't got to sing no more. Let's just enjoy it. So like Caroline come and joined it. We just had the best night ever. At 6 a.m, another producer has woke up, heard that we're still going, has come to my villa and went, you need to fucking go to bed. You've got to be up for the results in an hour. And I'm like, okay. So I go up to bed, have like 30 minutes sleep. Then I'm like being dragged out of a bed by another producer going, you need to get ready. It's time. And I'm like, oh, I can't breathe. So I still don't realise at this point, because I'm in the beautiful aircon villa, get all ready, dressed like Batman, barefoot, whatever. I've got this cape on.
You got a cape
A knitted cape. Knitted cape.
So heavy and hot.
Yeah, knitted cape.
Did you put it on and go, yeah, I'm badass?
I was like, fuck, I look good for 30 minutes sleep. Fine with it.
I'm wearing a cape.
I went, right, it's time to walk over to the main hotel. We're going to go and do the result. Yeah. The doors opened. I walked out. And have you seen the film The Witches?
Yeah,
you know when Angelica Houston takes her face off and peels it off? That was me. My face literally slipped from my actual skull down my top. And I just went, oh my God, I can't breathe. And it was like someone had stuffed wool in my mouth, like cotton wool balls just down my throat. I was like, and then the hangover hits, right? So in the walk, which is 400 meters from my villa to the hotel where we've got like a holding area, I can't breathe. I'm dripping wet. My mouth is like it's like the Sahara.
Anxiety through the roof.
So the first person I see is Caroline, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thank God, like friendly face. So just before I'm going in, Caroline, I'm standing by the door ready to receive my fate. And obviously me and Caroline got a bit of a relationship at this point. So I'm like, you know, the cameras are over there, rah, 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 not on us. And I'm like, babe. She's like, you all right? I was like, fuck, like, you all right? She's like, I've got such a hangover. I was like, yeah, so have I. I've got a hangover too. And I went, listen, I'm going home, right? I'm going home. And she's like, just like nods her head. So like smiles, closes her eyes and just nods as in like, yeah, babe. And I remember grabbing her by her waist and going, and squeezing her and going, thanks, babe. Like, I really appreciate you letting me know. So I've not got to go in there and be like, could it happen at that last minute? Like, I know I'm going home. So I walk in, go into the room. Nicole's like, hey, baby. And I'm like, hey, Nick, you're right. By this point, the hangover's really kicking in. So I can just feel myself getting emotional. I'm thinking, oh, it's the end of the journey. I've had a lovely time. It's been so fun. So she does the whole spiel. When she tells me it's such a big risk that I have to take, everyone thought my reaction was fake. But I genuinely, the cotton wool just expanded and I was like, what? What? And then just the floodgates. I cried vodka. I cried pure vodka into her lap. Honestly, we could have opened a bar. It was awful. And I kept looking around, and you should never, when you're on telly, like break the fourth wall where there's cameras. And I just couldn't breathe. And I kept looking at all the camera boys, everyone going, you're lying. Is it a joke? Is it you? Like, I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. This went on for 23 minutes. They timed it. The medic had to be called in because they thought I was going to have a pass out, like a seizure or something like that. Even then, I've walked out of the room. I'm still going. I know I'm going through, but my brain can't comprehend it. I then see Dermot. I hit Dermot, telling him he's out of order because I thought it was Caroline, because my brain's not fucking thinking. And then the next thing I know, I get taken away to, obviously, a villa without the three boys that haven't got through. And I'm put in that villa, and we then have to go and do Extra Factor. And I see Caroline, and the words I said to her off camera, she was pissing herself. But I was like, you fucking wait. You wait. And then that was it. And then on the plane home, that's when I knew things had changed, because we got on the plane at Dubai Airport and the air stewards were like, oh my God, you're Rylan from X Factor. Because 3 days previous, my audition had gone out that I still haven't seen. And I was like, what? And they were like, have you got on? Are you at judges' houses? I was like, yeah. And they went, have you got through? I went, yeah. I thought, fuck it, I won't allowed to tell anyone, but they've got the alcohol. And then for the rest of the flight, I was in the crew mess at the back, just drinking bottles of wine with them. We had a lovely time. Yeah.
Man, that moment when also, so you get through, it's like this huge moment. It's also
don't feel real.
It doesn't feel real. Also, this is, like I said, this is peak. Like
peak. This was life and death.
This is peak X Factor.
You know,
fame,
you get
everything.
through to the live show, even if you have 1 week, you know you're going to earn money. You're going to get those guaranteed like gigs in clubs, all the gay clubs, rah, rah, rah.
Is that what everyone was going for? You just knew you were going to get that.
You get 1 week. If you do 1 week of X Factor live shows, that's set. It's in the contract. It's like, right, your first gig's at GAY next Saturday night. This then happens. Then you go to this club. It's like run. You do a run. All the clubs book you back then.
But you must have had a vision as well. You must have thought, okay, I'm through now. I have this plan. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to talk. When did that dream go, right, I want to become a presenter. I want to go down that route?
So I would say, it was week 3 of X Factor. I'm still doing well. I lasted 8 weeks in the end.
Came 5th.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, people's fault, some say. But yeah, I think it was week 3. After every X Factor live show, you then go into like the bar at Fountain Studios, and it'd be press.
Did you ever get pissed?
Of course we fucking did.
Yeah.
You mad? It would be press in there, all your friends and family, like all the contestant friends and family, and the production friends and guests. And I can say this now, I don't care.
Yeah.
He wouldn't mind. Remember Jamie East?
Yes.
So I love Jamie East. He was there, and at the time, Jamie East was presenting Bit on the Side, Big Brother's Bit on the Side, with Alice Levine. And he went, can I talk to you? I went, yeah. He went, they want you to go in Celebrity Big Brother. I said, what? Because obviously Big Brother was like my dream, yeah? And he went, they want you to go in Celebrity Big Brother, and they've asked me to put a word in your ear. I went, are you joking? He went, no, I'm serious. He went, take my number. If you want to do it, text me like tomorrow, Monday, and let me know, and we'll sort it out. So bearing in mind, I'm on X Factor, and I've just been told by a host of another show they want me to go into Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother in January. I'm like, this is my fucking dream. Like, if I go next week, don't matter. Like, I'm going in Big Brother. Fuck the lot of you. You know, I've had a lovely time. So anyway, at the time, Jamie Stevens, he was like the X Factor hairdresser. I came up with this like elaborate plan, week 5 of X Factor, because I thought I'm going to go this week, it'll be fine. So week 5 of X Factor, I'm at rehearsals. I've said I need to go to Jamie's salon to get my hair done. And there was someone that worked in Jamie's salon that I had like quite a good friendship with. I texted them and I said, I'm going to come to the salon. I'm going to come in the front door. I'm going to go out of the back door into the restaurant next door. Someone's going to be waiting there for me. So, because there was always paps following us everywhere.
Really, everywhere you went, there was.
So I had my Celebrity Big Brother interview, week 5 of X Factor, when X Factor thought I was at the salon having my hair done.
Shut up.
And they were like, yeah, we want you. And I was like, okay, fine. They were like, right, so just the second you're out, call us and we'll get it all sorted. I was like, great. Week 6, I never went. Get a message from the bookers of Big Brother going, you need to go, because if you last any longer, it's like tough for us to put you in because you're going to have more work. Week 7, I don't go. And they're like, you need to fucking leave. Otherwise you can't go. And then week 8, I went, which was bang on. And I knew I was going in Celebrity Big Brother in like 3 or 4 weeks after that.
Man, hang on. This is wild.
Yeah.
I heard also, is this right? They paid you 100,000 to go and do it. And
for Big Brother.
The Big Brother.
Yeah.
And that time coming from Essex.
I would have done it for free.
Yeah.
Because I loved Big Brother.
But how insane is that? But then...
all I wanted was a husband and a Range Rover. That's all I wanted growing up. I mean, I've had one, lost one, and still got the range, so I'm happy. And it's a Defender now.
I remember so vividly when you were hosting Big Brother's Bit on the Side and you were nailing it, and I went, oh, I think I can do that. So I think I can do that. And they asked me to go on the show.
Yeah.
And I said,
I asked you to go on the show.
You asked me to go on the show. And I said, the only reason I'm going on the show is if I can trial out,
Didn't I get you doing an item?
I got to present, like a practice present.
That was it. You did a run through.
I did a run through.
Yeah, that's right. Because they were looking for people if I was ill.
It was the worst thing I've
They were looking for
done.
people if I was ill. I remember that.
Mate, it was the worst thing.
I totally remember it because they asked me. They were like, would you be offended? I was like, absolutely not. Bring him in.
Man,
It'll be shit. No, I'm joking.
Man, I was so shit. Mate, I was so shit. Like, honestly,
Do you remember this? I totally remember this.
So you were doing, and I was like, I reckon I can do that.
Yeah, it looks easy.
And it looks easy. I was like, I'm just going to read this little screen that's there with
the
words
auto-tune,
on it, and I'm just going to... And anyway, they went, okay, all right. Jamie, Rylan's out there. Jamie, you're going to come to your run-through. And I was like, what? They were like, you're going to come to your run-through. They were miking me up. They were putting these things on. They're like, stand at the top of the stairs. Right. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And this camera comes towards me, and it has writing on it, and I honestly, it was like I was in a hostage situation. Hello. Well, it is to be naturally free-flowing, to present is a complete skill. It is a complete skill. I don't think people appreciate how much of a skill it is. But you have that naturally. I came on your show that you hosted when you did your talk show. Yeah, I've been on your Big Brother show. I've seen you this morning.
Fucking hell, stalker.
I know, just following you wherever you go, chasing you in cars. Man, you have that within you. You have that relaxed nature to be able to present.
Do you know what? I don't even like doing a rehearsal, James. So when I did Big Brother for the first, I'd say my first series, they made us do 2 rehearsals. So you do the first rehearsal, then you get dressed and made up and do a rehearsal before the real show, then you do the real show. And as time went on, I was like, this ain't working for me, because I'd naturally say something in rehearsals that everyone laughed at, but I wouldn't say it then in the main show because I'm not a comedian. I've not planned to say it. It's not like I've written it. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I just prefer off the cuff. By the end of Big Brother, my rehearsals were probably 10 minutes of me going, no, that's fine. Welcome back to Big Brother. Yeah, it's fine. It's fun.
In life, right, we're meant to follow this traditional route of anything.
Yeah.
You don't follow that route.
No.
But then, so how do you conquer the imposter syndrome? How do you get on stage and act so confident?
I did for 10 years, and then I hit a speed bump, and then boom, it all hit me. I was like, fuck, what's happened?
What do you mean?
Well, obviously I went through like a difficult divorce, and it triggered this whole domino effect of stopping for the very first time. I'd not stopped for 10 years. Since the day I walked onto X Factor, since the day that trigger happened, I'd not stopped. I'd never stopped once to think, how am I in this house? How am I in a position where I can choose what I do day to day? How am I famous? Why do these people know who I am? Why do these people want a photo with me? I'd never stopped and thought, this is crazy. I just went, yeah, this is normal. This is normal. This is normal. It's not fucking normal. It's none of it's normal. And that just felt like every wall falling down on me going, oh my God, what happened to my life? Because just yesterday I was up Colours in Basildon on a Friday night, scrambling together £3 for a Smirnoff Ice. So what the fuck happened? And all of that just sort of piled on top of me to the point where I had obviously like a bad breakdown. I've got the sort of the end of my marriage to deal with on one side, then starting to realise, fuck, what's happened to my life? I can't do this. I can't do this job. I lost my speech. I lost my vision for a little bit. Like, it was all really just, man. It was like having a really bad stroke. It was just so bizarre. And yeah, it took me months to go back to work. I think I was off for like 4 or 5 months. And I rarely would have like 4 hours off, let alone fucking 4 months. So yeah, it was, I mean, I needed to do it, and I needed to start again, and I needed to reset myself. But the only regret I've got from that is that I wish I'd never stopped and I'd just dealt with it in a different way, but I didn't. And then it was out of my control.
What would you have dealt in a different way? Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
How would you?
I don't know. It's just, you know.
How long did it take you to even stop? Because
instantaneously.
Really?
It was a button. That button was pressed, and that was it. And that's when I stopped.
I just need to understand. So literally, it was like a button. The only way I want to relate it to myself is when I had it's not the same, but I had a panic attack, and it was like a button was pressed, and suddenly my whole world turned upside down.
That was literally it.
So you almost had some sort of panic attack that sent you spiraling, and then it just went away.
I see it as like a self-destruct button. Something in my mind was going, fuck up your seemingly perfect life. Fuck it up. Press this button and blow it all up. And I went, yeah. And what then unfolded was months of me thinking, but why would I do that? Why would anyone want to blow up their perfect life, if you like? And it took me months to realise that my life wasn't perfect, and that things weren't right, or as I thought, or this or that. So when I started to understand that's why I pressed the button, that's when I started to get better. So something in the back of my mind must have just always been underlying, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and went, press the fucking button, and I just slammed it without even hesitating, because it was in my own head. I just went bang, hit that button. And then for months I was like, why would I press that fucking button? Why would I pull the trigger? Like, that's how it felt. And then one day, it's almost like a letter appeared in the post explaining exactly why I pressed that button, and my brain went, oh fuck, that's why I pressed the button.
What was the what was
just realization, just understanding things, learning new things, and just realizing that I'm not fucking mad, basically.
Yeah.
And that was the.
Did you think you're going mad?
I thought I was crazy.
Yeah, you do.
Like, I thought I was. Well, I was.
Because the only explanation is going through that. I've lost my mind.
Yeah, I've lost my mind. So when you stop believing something,
oh, it's horrible.
You become it. So I was like, well, clearly I'm mad. Clearly I'm unwell. Clearly I'm not right. Clearly I'm this. Clearly I'm that. And then sort of, obviously that's an analogy. I didn't get a letter, but
Yeah, I know.
when the letter came through and I read everything in that letter, I went, oh, that's why I hit the button. And it's almost like a gratefulness where you go, cheers for letting me know. Thank you. Send the letter back. And then you tell your brain, well done. Like, well done you. Like, you needed to do that reset. And now I get it. And then from that moment on, that's when I started making these steps. And I described it before. I remember really, really well. I was living with my mum at the time because I didn't want to be in my own house. I didn't want to do nothing. I couldn't be trusted, to be perfectly honest.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
Buddy, I'm so sorry,
no,
man.
No, it's fine. Like,
it's not though, but also, do you know how? I just want to say, it's so. Honestly, it's insane. Someone like you talking about it, because I swear to God, like, so you're this larger than life character.
Yeah.
TV all the time. It's that, but even admitting to have that.
Yeah.
Period in your life that you.
But Jamie, I just have to be honest, because it's something that. Because
if you're not, you're playing a character, and then
I can't do guilt. I can't do none of that. It just doesn't work. It's too much on your shoulders. And I remember my mum, you know, she's 70 odd years old, and all she wants is her son to get better. And she used to go, no, you make me a tea. You make me a tea. And I physically couldn't. I couldn't move. I couldn't do this. And I remember one day I walked to the kettle and pressed the button, walked away, forgot about it. Then the next day I pressed the button, watched it boil. It boiled. Then I run away. Then the next day it'd be press the button, watch it boil, put the tea bag in the cup, and so on and so on and so on, until I got to that point where I could make a cup of tea and walk it over to my mum. Genuinely, that's true. That's not an analogy.
No,
that genuinely is what happened. And that's what I always remember every single day. Even now when I think I can't do this, or I'm too busy, or I need this, or there's no way I could do that job, or I can't sing that song, or I can't do. When I sit there and go, well, you couldn't make a fucking cup of tea. And now you could be a fucking barista if you want. So you can learn anything you need to learn, and you can do anything you want to do. You might not make the best job of it. On day 1, you might only press the button. On day 3, you might only get to it boiling. On day 4, you might pour the water. But by day fucking 20, you'll have your own coffee shop. Like, that's how I try and look at things now. And that's from going through that. And when you're going through shit like that, the last thing you want to hear from people is, it will get better. It will get better. You need to learn to be on your own before you're fully happy with someone else. And all of these things, you think, fuck off. That's the last thing I want to hear, because you ain't got a clue. You ain't going through it. From someone who's been through it, I hate to say, bite the bullet. It's true. You do need time. Time does help. You do need to slow down. You do need to spend a bit of time on your own to actually love yourself and things like that. It's important. Like, self-care is important. It's not just the moisturizer and the serum you use. You got to look after the inside, like diet and all that shit, which I never do because I'm terrible, but mainly up here. You just need to look after yourself.
What do you think about love?
I think when you find it, you really will know it. You really will know it. I definitely will now. But I think we can see other things in disguise as love. That maybe if you're naive or young or never been right, you just think certain things are normal when actually they're not.
So what is your dating situation at the moment?
Fucking hell, horrendous. Have you seen the fucking state of me? I want to go out with fucking Mr. Ed. Look at me. Size of these teeth.
Were you always, because I don't think you remember this, but I remember this. The greatest
when we slept together.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Not really.
Okay, well, my memory's a bit hazy.
Yeah,
it's a little bit.
You
hazy.
weren't the only one.
Do you remember this moment when we were in the car together? We weren't in the car together. I was in the car, and I was singing a song. See, you don't.
I think I do remember this.
Do you remember this? We were singing a song, and I think it was like a Britney Spears song or whatever it was. And I was singing along like this, and it was something like, hit me, baby, one more time.
Oh my God, sorry, I thought Britney was here.
I know, she is. And I look to my right, and I pull up to you, and you're singing exactly the same song as me. And I was like,
oh my God, was that you? I've been looking for you for years. I never realised. I thought I was meant to be.
And I turn, and you're going, hit me, baby.
No.
I swear to God. And you look at me and went, and just drove. And I was like,
I hate myself.
Honestly, I remember this. So you don't remember this?
This definitely sounds like me. Yeah.
I swear to God. Have you always been this kind of charismatic, kind of larger than life character?
I mean, I've always been the same person, but there's definitely like two of me. Like, I think I'm pretty boring.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit of a bore.
You're not a bit of a bore.
I am. Like, our agent is over there nodding his head. I'm not this like party boy that everyone thinks I am.
Yeah, but I don't think you're a party boy. But I would say this. Like, I definitely there are so many sides to everybody, right? Like people always say there's one side with your family, there's one side with your friends, there's one side you're at work, and there's one side maybe you're in a relationship. Yeah. And you definitely sort of, you know,
like
especially
Big Ben, Four Faces.
Yeah, exactly. But also in this like life of like presenting in TV, you kind of have to have
like Rylan is a bit of a character,
really,
definitely. Yeah, but it's a lot of Ross, but like Ross on crack. Yeah.
But as a kid though, growing up,
I was that like ginger kid that was like feisty little bastard. Yeah, I'd be the one at like family parties, like getting up on the chair and doing a little routine to Spice Girls. While my brother's sitting there going, "Oh, fucking hell, I wish you liked football."
So you're young, you're living in Essex, and you go to this, you go to this school, which is apparently one of the best schools
at the time. It was the top school in the country.
It's the top school in the country.
Yeah. I was like this really bright kid.
Were you?
Yeah.
Did you know what you wanted to do?
I always wanted to be a pop star, and then I knew I was gonna be famous, but I didn't know what for.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no, I knew. Like even in my yearbooks.
This is so funny.
I remember in the yearbook for the boys, it was I won most likely to be famous, and in the yearbook for the girls, I was in that one as well, obviously. And I can't remember what it was. I think it was most likely to end up on TV or something like that.
Do you know what's so funny? I for some reason, because we're the same age, like fame was like the most like exciting thing you
because of the era we grew up in.
But so why is that?
So when we were at secondary school, which was like 2000 to 2005, that era is when things like reality TV really kicked off.
Yeah.
So things like Big Brother, I'm a Celebrity, even things like that, and it just showed you, especially Big Brother, that anyone could become a superstar. You know, we'd grown up previous to that with people like film stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Hanks, all of these people that are like celebrities. We didn't have social media, we didn't have none of that. And then the Spice Girls come along, and they were British girls that had taken over the world, and you're like, wow, like they're celebrities. Then all of a sudden you've got like the likes of Jade Goody and people like that, this reality star that come through, and all of a sudden you look at as an absolute celebrity. They are, in your head at that age, on the same level as someone like the Spice Girls or Tom Hanks, because they are everywhere. They're earning so much money. They're celebrities. And there was this thing in my head, like I was always obsessed with Big Brother and that whole concept of a world within a world, like this artificial bubble that's been created. Like I used to love The Truman Show, the film, like all of that. And it's all these like little drip feeds at our age that started making me go, well, I could do that. And I remember it was so it would have been Big Brother 4, so 2003, so it would have been year 9. Year 9, we went on a school trip to the Isle of Wight. And at that point, Big Brother 4 had just started. And I printed the Big Brother 4 eye off in the IT lab and stuck it on my suitcase. And I remember getting on the train to go to school.
Such a weird thing to stick on the
I am
suitcase.
Weird. But it was almost like I was like crafting my future.
Yeah.
So like physically doing it. And obviously I did. Ended up going in Big Brother, got those suitcases and won.
I'm going to get into that, but it's this fascination with fame. I'm so glad I don't know why it was our age. Like I remember seeing Britney Spears on TV and just being obsessed with like...
Maybe for different reasons.
For different reasons. But I was obsessed. And I also like, I used to go to bed at night and it wasn't...
Where are you going with this?
Yeah. Thinking of Britney Spears.
Yeah.
No, but I used to go to bed at night and I remember I used to like dream about like being on stage and performing, and so many of the guys that I knew were thinking the same. We had this obsession with being famous.
But there is
because it was like untouchable.
Yeah,
almost.
there's a group now though. There is a group of us, and we're all a very similar age that are doing not the same things, but we're all in it in some respect. And whether people, I'm just very honest, but whether people want to admit that it's thinking back to those times, that childhood that we had, and then teenage years, which are the years that shape you.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, people later on in life, they could be in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, might have a massive career change or change the path of their life because of circumstance. But there is a lot of us in the industry that we both work in now that are of a very similar age that are all doing, the best way to describe it is an event. Let's say there's an event that everyone wants to go to. There is a group of our age people that are standing there all together. And it's because we all grew up in that era of, I could do that. Like, all that this is showing me is that could be me. And that's when you had these new avenues to be who you wanted to be. You know, you found fame on a reality show.
Yeah.
I found fame on a reality show.
Yeah, but I at the beginning of it was, I didn't want people to think that I was doing it because I wanted to be famous.
You didn't want people
because I
to
didn't
think that.
Yeah, but I did think it, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
I did a reality show about being posh because I thought it'd be fun to be famous.
Exactly.
But I tried to make every excuse under the sun to be, no, it was because this and because of that. And I thought...
of course.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you see someone on TV, it's like, I just want to be famous. You think, prick.
Yeah, but you never tried... I don't think you ever tried to make an excuse.
No, I was like, I know what I want to do and I'm going to do it. And
yeah, you always were just like, no, that's what I want to be famous.
I was like, I want to be famous. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a very different story now. But when I was on X Factor, I had a job. X Factor was a job to me, 100%. And I knew, am I the best singer in the world? No. Can I do as good as other people on here? Yeah, I can. And when the process started happening and I started going through and I saw the way they were treating me different to this guy here and that girl there, I was like, okay. And I just started playing the game early. And you realise, especially in reality TV, as much as people don't like to go on about stereotypes, bullshit, there is a box for absolutely everyone. If I'm the producer or I'm the exec or I'm the head of the channel, I've got a chart. It's a little bit like when you see on these reality shows, the pictures and the Polaroid. That's what it is. And you want the gay one. You want the joke act. You want the good-looking guy. You want the sweet, innocent girl. You want that. It's actually that. Yeah, you're completely right. And I knew, well, I'm not the good-looking guy. I'm not the boy band boy.
Come on.
No, like, I knew what I was. I knew what my box was.
I think you were fitting quite a lot of those boxes. I think good-looking.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew what my job was. And I thought, I can either stand here and sing and last 2 or 3 weeks of the live shows, or I give the machine exactly what it needs to be fed and hopefully last a little bit longer. And 8 weeks later, right there I was.
Yeah, but that's amazing that you realised that.
Yeah.
When I did Main Chelsea, I did not realise how much of a game it was.
I was the joke, but I knew I was the joke, so I was in on it. That's the difference. Whereas looking before me, you know, not mention any names, but especially on X Factor, there are people that get that far, or well, actually not as far as me. I was the one that got there. But there were people that got to those live shows that we'd all perceive as the public as the joke act, but they didn't believe they were the joke act. They thought they were the next Lady Gaga, or they thought they were the next Madonna, when in fact from day one I was like, I'm not the next Lady Gaga. I know I'm the joke. Well, let's play the game.
Where does that self-awareness come from? Because that's
the era we grew up in. I just got there earlier than a lot of other people.
That self-awareness, realizing that, because it's every bit of your emotion wants to. Typically, as humans, we'll just go, well, I'm not the joke act. This is, I'm good, I'm great, I'm this and that. But you kind of lent into it and were like, no, this is what it's going to be.
Because I knew I wasn't as good as Dave, three people along. I knew I wasn't as good as that. You know, I was on there with like James Arthur. I was on there with Ella Henderson. I was there with Lucy Spraggan, Union J. Do you know what I mean? Like all of these people that were incredibly talented singers. I knew I wasn't as good technically a singer as them. I knew I was better than what I was doing on a Saturday night on X Factor, and so did all of they. So when you watch X Factor back, and week 1, obviously I'm in the bottom 2 and get saved. Week 2, when I got saved by the public for the first time on them live shows, just look at every single other contestant's reaction, because they were more happier for me than I was, because they were like, fucking brilliant. Like, because they knew. They were all in with me. They knew I could sing. I shared a bed with James for like 6 weeks.
Did you really?
Yeah, and we used to sing in bed like pretty much every night. Like, he made up this song about me called Rylander. And we all, even now, whenever we speak, he's like, Rylander. And I'm like, Rylander. Like, it's just like piss take. And it's like...
You and James Arthur shared a bed.
Yeah, we were like bromance, central. I love that man. You know, he's like a brother to me. And so's Jermaine. Like, we were the Scherzi boys. We always will be.
I didn't realise that your real name is Ross.
Who fucking told you that? Yeah, my real name's Ross.
Ross Richard Clark.
Yeah, Dick in the middle.
Born 25th of October. Same year that I was born, but we're not going to say that year.
88.
80. Yeah, you said it fine. 88.
Someone's been on Wikipedia, haven't they? Nice to see the researchers in here.
When did you change your name to Rylan?
Well, I never legally changed it.
Did you not?
I'm still Ross.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was when I was about 16, 17. I was working in River Island.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was modelling, because I've always been like 40 foot tall. And I did a modelling job for this like concierge company at Canary Wharf. And it was basically the most naff photo shoot of like me with a bunch of flowers knocking on a door. Here you go, madam. Like that awful style of like muggy picture. And my modelling agency at the time said, "Oh, Ross is a boring name. We're going to call you Keelan." I went, "All right. Yeah, fine, whatever."
Sorry, they said they were going to call you Keelan.
Keelan was my name. Keelan.
Yeah.
And so I did this job all day. Everyone's calling me Keelan. And at the end of the day, back then, that's how old we are, they paid you by cheque.
Mm-hmm.
But the cheque wasn't a written cheque. It was a printed cheque from like a company. And it was made out to Mr. K. Clark. And I was so embarrassed to go up to this woman who'd handed me this cheque and say, "I'm really sorry, can you change this cheque? Because my name's not Keelan, it's Ross." I never ended up cashing the cheque.
Shut up.
Yeah, because I was that embarrassed. And back then it was like 200 quid. It was a lot of money.
Yeah,
It still is now. And the next day I was back at River Island on my lunch break. Opposite was WH Smith. I went in, picked up a baby book, went straight to R because I thought it was going to have to be the same initial as my name if I get paid by cheque again. And I saw Rylan and I went, "Oh, that sounds like Keelan." Shut the book and then walked
Get out of here. There's no ways.
True.
You literally opened the book and that's it. That's why
I think it was like 1,001 baby names. Yeah.
You have your new show as well, How to Be in the Spotlight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's been interesting.
Talk to me about that.
I'm being you. Being Mr. Podcast. Mr. Podcast.
What do you find about when you have to,
I've had one person walk out already.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not going to say who, but yeah, I've had to lose the episode.
Why?
Just got difficult.
Really?
Yeah, they walked out.
What's the concept of the show?
The concept of the show is how to be in the spotlight. So I did How to Be a Man.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Which is talking about masculinity. And I love putting it out on Twitter going, "Rylan's going to do a podcast on how to be a man." And you get the fucking lot that you, "Who the fuck's he know about being?" I love it. And it done really well. And so that was all about masculinity. This one's called How to Be in the Spotlight. So it's talking to people from all walks of this industry who have either had it and lost it, had always had it from birth, basically. Stereotypes.
Yeah.
I love a stereotype. So I've got, Daisy May Cooper, comes from a very normal background, all of a sudden working fucking hard, and then all of a sudden this country happens and she's massive. How does she deal with that? She
didn't deal with it well.
No, she didn't. Yeah. She didn't. And you hear that on the pod and talking about her breakup as well.
Wow.
A lot of the things that the guests throughout the series, there's a lot of resonating things that has happened in my sort of path as well, which makes the interviewee feel a lot more comfortable as well. Charlotte Church, she was a great chat. Jamila Jamil, we spoke to Lee Francis about playing that character. How does it feel to be famous but not as Lee?
Does he open up?
Yeah, he opened up really a lot.
Well done, because I imagine he's hard to open up.
Everyone, I think to a certain extent, is hard. But a bit like you, I know you're not here to set me up.
Yeah,
I know
completely.
You know I'm not there to set you up. And I think that's actually the way forward, because there's so many people out there that are there to get a headline. Let's be honest, we all want our things to get press and people know about it. But I don't want to make someone feel so uncomfortable just to get something out of them. That's not my style, and it never has been. And I think that's why people are actually a lot more open when I talk to them, a bit like you, because you're doing the same. You asked me about my divorce. If you were a prick, or if I knew you were trying to get something out of me, I would have just gone, "I'm not talking about my divorce. Let's talk about my podcast." Like, I wouldn't have done that. So it's
you're so
people
right.
are a lot
It's
more
that,
open when you're just nice.
And also I think it's so right. You hit back with your own sort of story, your own emotions, and what you've been through. And
I'll tell you a good one actually that we did recently was Andy Coulson. He was the editor of the News of the World during the phone hacking scandal.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was a really interesting app. Yeah. Did someone gasp?
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I did Andy Coulson. And
shit,
that
the fuck is your booker? That's unbelievable.
No, it was really, really good, and it was very very interesting because I wasn't going to go into the inquiry. I don't need to go into it. We all know it's fucking well documented what happened there. He obviously got found guilty. He was sent to prison. But I wanted to know who the man was. I wanted to know who he was and how he dealt with it. Let's look at everything else, whether you sit there and go, you don't want to give him the time of day, or you do. I wanted to know about him. I wanted to know, how did he deal with being in the spotlight when he was the one actually controlling who was in the spotlight for many a year. It was up to him. It was on the front page of the paper. And then all of a sudden he was. It was just really interesting chat. So yeah, it's this really broad set of 12 guests.
Are you comfortable now with being famous?
Rylan is, yeah. Ross still can't be fucking bothered. Ross hates it. Ross at home, his voice goes really low.
Shut up.
I pick up the phone to my manager every morning. He's like, "What's the matter?" And I'm like, "What are you going on about?" What? And I forget. Fuck, be Rylan.
Can I say, buddy, this has been so great.
I've loved it.
Honestly, man, and I know how busy you are, and I know how much you have going on, and so to sit down with you and talk about stuff. Because also, I kind of, in a non-cheesy way, I sort of look up to what you sort of done.
Well, you're 5 foot. I'm 6 foot.
That's why I look up.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I look up. But I do because
I appreciate that. But listen, we're the same.
Yeah,
we're the same
sure.
in that we've done it sort of similar times, similar things, and we've both been really, really lucky. I admire what you've done, especially with business. I think you've been fucking incredible.
Thanks. I have 8 questions for you.
Okay, here we go. Fuck,
You
man,
ready
Jesus
for this?
Christ, yes.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah, but
You always are. So I like it. What's a saying or phrase that always makes you smile or cheers you up?
you'll be all right, babe.
Great answer. Best compliment anyone's ever given you?
You're not that arsehole off the telly.
What scares you most about yourself?
How I can be 2 different people.
These are great answers. When was the last time you cried and why?
I got back from a wedding Sunday and just had a little moment because I was like the only single gay there. No willy for me. It weren't the willy. I was just wanting to cuddle.
That's sweet.
Yeah, just had a little tear because it was just so beautiful.
What's something you can't let go of?
Regret. I like holding on to my regrets.
Really?
Yeah, I think it keeps me on my toes.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I regret, but I like holding on to them because I think, don't fucking do it again.
We don't need to go deeper. I get it. What's something that you'd be embarrassed for people to know you like or want?
I really like a tube carriage. And I'm trying to buy the Spice Bus from the movie. The company's gone into liquidation, RIP, but I'm swooping. It's on the Isle of Wight, and if anyone's got that VS5, which they're trying to fucking find, please get in touch.
So good.
They can't find the person who owns the VS5 because it's a real bus. I want the fucking bus.
That's almost a show in itself.
I'm up for it. Put it on like Dave or TLC or something.
Yeah, something.
Quest Red.
Yeah. What turns you off?
Dishonesty,
What turns you on?
honesty, and cock. No, a nice ass.
Same as me. What? Sounded weird.
I knew it. Fucking knew it. Poor sake.
Female ass.
Yeah, all right. Say that now. Took you a while.
Just
No, there's no edit there. There's
just
no edit
rephrase
there.
that.
No, that's going straight in the promo.
What do you like most about yourself?
That I could have changed, but I didn't.
Come on, Ryan. That's unbelievable. Ryan, thank you for coming on Great Company. We love you.
Love you, Jamie.
Man, that was amazing.